Hello everyone. My name is Ramya Iyengar. I am a yoga professional and a software engineer, and I welcome you all to the second episode of Algorithm of Yoga, which is my ongoing attempt to explore yoga the software way. In the last episode, I spoke about perception debt, defining it as the burden of unresolved sensations, thoughts, and feelings that distort the way we experience this world. Perception debt directly correlates to stress and prevents us from being the best that we can be. But how is this debt really generated every moment? To understand that, we have to delve deeper into the mind body architecture, which is what I'm going to talk about today. I have kept it very, very simple for easy understanding. If you want to get more technical, please feel free to engage in a conversation in the comments section. So let's get started. The first component, as you can see uh, on your screen, is the perception interface, which, as the name suggests, is the interface through which we interact with this world. So we receive inputs in the form of sounds, smell, touch, taste, and sight, and we respond via our actions of speech, movement, and so on. The two core entities that implement this interface are the mind and the body. Now, what is very important to understand is mind is not something that's located in our head. It is something that permeates our entire body. In fact, the body itself is held in the field of the mind, and the mind is experienced through the entire body. The body can be defined as something which is gross, and mind is that which is subtle. The breath is what connects these two entities. In fact, the breath is the real time communication channel between gross and subtle body and the mind. Now let's further move further on to the subsystems of the mind. The first entity that I would like to talk about is the controller of our senses, and that is what I call the supervisor, which collates incoming information and coordinates outgoing response. Now, the supervisor cannot make decisions, it calls for guidance. And guess who responds? It's the manager. And you would think that the manager's primary role is to take decisions. Well, not really. The manager's role is to define and reinforce the identity of the self. It labels every experience as mine, and it does that by categorizing all information into aversions and attachments with varying intensities. So, how does it take decisions? Well, it forms partnerships with what I call the mind field reservoir, which is the storehouse of all our impressions, our experiences, events, perceptions, and beliefs. For simplicity's sake, we can just relate it to a memory database. Uh, but this database is not a passive repository. This database is the single source of truth for perception debt, but it has background processes like daemons which run all the time and can awaken memory at any given point in time. So the memory database, along with the manager, coordinates the supervisor according to their will and whatever they want to achieve through their action. The leader is the fourth entity whose primary role is to take objective decisions. This leader is neither biased by the senses nor biased by the memory. It knows what needs to be done based on what each moment demands. But the leader is not invited most of the time, and the manager and the memory database think that they're doing really well and they don't need anyone else to take decisions. The problem is the leader steps in only when it is invited. Although the leader has the power to directly coordinate with every entity and take a decision, the leader is not involved 99.9% of the times. So think of this architecture really as a model view controller architecture in software. The only trouble is the model is so tightly coupled with the view that the controller has really lost its power. It's the model which is really the minefield reservoir or memory database along with the manager, working to coordinate the supervisor, and the leader has stepped out. So I think this is the mind body architecture in its most simplified form for you. Are you able to relate to it? Um, Please feel free to engage in a conversation with your thoughts and questions in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay well, stay safe until we meet again.